Good afternoon. Welcome into the Action 2 News Fastcast here in the afternoon. My name is Brittany Schmidt. I'll be taking you through some of the stories that we're working on this Friday just ahead of the holidays. So thanks for being here with us. We'll get started right away to a story that we've been following for quite some time now. The tragedy over in Waupaca County. We did learn that the family of the Gonzalez siblings that were killed in a wrong-way crash, they did plan a funeral service. It is scheduled for next week. The service is set for Wednesday at 11 a.m. at WBAY Fremont High School. Visitation will also be there on Tuesday from 4 to 7 p.m. We're told the site was chosen to accommodate an expected large crowd. Daniel, Fabian, Lillian, and Daniela Gonzalez died after deputies say a wrong-way driver hit their SUV on Highway 10 in Waupaca on Saturday night. A 47-year-old man from Neenah has been arrested, charged with counts of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle and operating with a revoked license, causing death. This man has 4 prior OWI convictions as well. We have all week had 2 GoFundMe pages up on our website where you can go to help the family. If you click these links right here that you see that I'm kind of circling with my mouse, you click those and it'll take you right to some of the GoFundMe pages. There are 2, and both you can contribute to both of them. So this one is labeled Gonzalez Children. If I go back just to show you the other one, it has their name as well. We do know that the family is still trying to get the oldest surviving sibling here from Ecuador in time for the funeral. And we also know that Wisconsin politicians are working with the family, trying to expedite and help in that endeavor. So we'll continue to follow this story as we learn more. Another story that we are following that we just learned this afternoon, we got a release from the Department of Health Services with the state. The season's first child with RSV has died in Wisconsin. We also learned a second death has been reported in the northeastern region, so in our area of the state. DHS says they're encouraging parents of any child 6 months and older to seek out the RSV vaccine. Let me just pull this down here so you can see some of the symptoms that I'm going to talk about. But they are saying that there are even more children in the hospital with RSV right now. So RSV, it spreads through droplets. It's respiratory droplets from breathing, speaking, coughing, or sneezing, much like the flu spreads or COVID-19 spreads. They're all those respiratory droplet illnesses that spread. So symptoms, and I want to draw your attention to the symptoms, usually appear 4 to 6 days after being infected. The symptoms are similar to other illnesses, so it's important that a child is checked by a healthcare provider. So I'm going to highlight some of these symptoms that you should watch out for, especially as the holiday season, you know, more people are going to be visiting, you might be traveling, some people want to hold the baby, you know, take those precautions as you go along. But here are some of the symptoms: runny nose, coughing, wheezing, sore throat, fever, decreased appetite. It also says that RSV is contagious for 3 to 8 days, but infants, because they have a weakened immune system, can continue spreading the virus for up to 4 weeks after they stop showing symptoms. So again, there is a vaccine for RSV. Talk to your doctor if you have concerns. But just as of today, we now have 2 reported deaths of children from RSV here in Wisconsin. A story that I'm working on today, and I'm sure you're well aware, but this sign over at True Value Hardware, there it is, 40 degrees. That kind of says it all when we look at no snow on the ground. So we talked to True Value. That's the only little snow patch that we saw outside of the building there today. It probably won't last very long as our temps kind of keep climbing, but you know, they're prepared, they have the things you need for when snow does eventually hit. We know this is still very early on in the season, so we know that there's likely going to be snow later on into the new year. But the good news is there's not a long wait list. Like at this hardware store, they offer maintenance for snow blowers and stuff like that, and right now the wait list is rather short, about a week. So get out there now. So then, you know, we headed out to the water. We saw some fishermen out there, and actually, here in a moment. There you go. Somebody caught a big fish there and they held it up for us to see. But, you know, ice fishermen are waiting to get out on the water. There's just no ice right now. Obviously, we talked to Don Herman of Sunk Dive and Ice Rescue. He's out in the Oshkosh area, and he usually puts out the bridges on the ice for ATVs and trucks, and he doesn't suspect he'll be doing that anytime soon. In fact, he's going golfing tomorrow, so it's not all bad news. You know, some businesses obviously wish for more snow. Others are taking advantage that there isn't any. So we even got an email from West Ridge Golf Course. They're sharing that for the first time in Wisconsin history, they will be open for golf today, tomorrow, and on Christmas Eve on Sunday. So if you're a golfer, hey, maybe this is your chance to kind of take advantage of being out on the green in December in Wisconsin. All right, and we know it's a busy day of travel as people get ready for the holiday season. Here's what it looks like right now on I-41 near 1 to 72. Pretty steady there, no issues. The weather is decent, but you know, we are dealing with some fog. I'm going to bring up here a sky cam out in Shawano. It kind of shows the fog a little bit for us. You can see it there, and when we were down by the water with those fishermen, the fog was just insane. You could barely see anything. So let's bring in Bo here in the Weather Center. Bo, I was kind of telling you before, but when we were out near the mouth of the Fox River, we were standing there just kind of getting video, and all of a sudden it felt like a movie. These fishermen just kind of floated closer to us, and then they just kind of appeared. We could see them. It was kind of eerie, I'm not going to lie. It
probably freaked you out a little bit, a little spooky. It does sound
Making
really...
sure I did see them, you know?
Yeah, that would be a very spooky situation. Probably keep me on edge a little. But yes, it is quite foggy outside, and we are still seeing dense fog for a lot of counties. So right now, most areas are seeing either about 3 miles of visibility or less, especially up in the Northwoods, where Marinette, up into northern Marinette County, Oconto County, Shawano County, Menominee County, they're all reporting only about 1 mile or less of visibility. So the fog is still very bad outside, so take it slow. You see that the further south you go, the fog gets a lot better. Not only that, though, we are seeing some showers beginning to form, especially down into the Watoma area, Green Lake County, as well as around Appleton. So in the next few hours, we're going to continue on seeing more chances of spotty showers here and there. It's not going to be widespread. It's going to be a hit or miss kind of situation. You can see right here in the scattered category for chances of rain. And it's all because of our first weather maker. We're going to see 2 systems come through during the holiday weekend. Here is the first one. This warm front brought in a lot of moisture into our area, and so that's really causing that fog to ramp up. By the time we hit tomorrow morning, though, we are going to see the fog intensify. Now, focusing on the rain for now, you can see in the next few hours, we'll still see chances of spotty showers here and there. Again, it's going to be a hit or miss kind of situation. Some of you are going to see some showers. Some other areas are just going to see overcast skies. So it's not going to be a very active evening. The bigger thing is the fog. Here you go right here. Right around 10 or 11 o'clock, you can see the fog really ramping up. And then by 7 a.m. when people are waking up and they're beginning to have their holiday travel, it is going to be very foggy, especially up in the Northwoods area. So be aware of that. Recently, the National Weather Service has issued a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. Saturday morning for Marinette County, northern Oconto County, Menominee County in both Wisconsin and Michigan, as well as Forest and Florence, because visibility could be a 1/4 mile or less. So yes, it is going to be very foggy tomorrow morning. We have recently just pulled the trigger and issued a first alert weather day. Now, we usually don't issue one because fog advisories don't really fit that category to issue a first alert weather day, but because a lot of people are going to be traveling tomorrow and this fog is going to be intense, that could cause some travel concerns. So again, we are under a first alert weather day until tomorrow morning.
All right, Bo. Yep, makes sense. Make sure everybody's aware as they head out on the roads.
Yes, for sure. And I'll be coming back on in the next half an hour or so to give you guys more details about the fog and the rainfall coming in.
All right, looking forward to that. Thanks so much, Bo.
Yep.
All right, we'll take you through the rest of the stories that we're working on today. Let me just pull those up here shortly for you. So at 4 o'clock, we have a first alert safety desk report This one is from the Food and Drug Administration. They're warning about fake Ozempic shots. It's making some people sick. So we'll have a little bit more about that. Then at 4:30, of course, we're going to talk to Dave Schrader. He is going to be talking, looking ahead to the Panther game. The Packers play this weekend. Technically, they're still in a contention for a playoff game. So we'll see what it'll take, what that looks like, what other teams have to do in order for the Packers to make it in, into it. So we'll have a little bit more on that. And then at 5, Tammy Elliott wants to warn you about a celebrity-related scams and how one wrong click could cost you. So she has a consumer first alert with what you need to know about hackers' favorite celebrities. And then tonight at 6, our Countdown to Christmas series continues. Tonight is my story. I went to Kiel and met Marianne Richter, and she has a massive Christmas candle collection. So I'll take you through some of those. Hopefully they spark some memories of some older candles, maybe that you saw at your mom's place or your grandma's place or something like that. It's really neat. Some of the candles don't even look like candles, which is what is so fun about it. So we'll have that tonight at 6, a little preview, and then the full story tonight at 10. And I do want to draw your attention to a story that literally just came down the line. I'm just going to look here at our story that we just put on our website. It looks like this is breaking news. Wisconsin Supreme Court overturns Republican-drawn legislative maps, orders new ones to be drawn up. So this is a big win for Democrats in the state. Like I said, this just came down a little bit ago, so we're going to follow up on it. We'll have more in our afternoon newscasts. But thanks so much for joining us here this afternoon. We hope that you have a wonderful and safe holiday with family and friends, and that you get to your destinations safely, or that people coming to you get to your place safely. So thanks so much for joining us. We'll return you back to Local News Live. Have a good one.